This is how we discover the root cause. What most people like to do at this stage is they try to do it consciously in their mind. So Luke's going to watch, and if you're trying to do this process consciously, he's going to come and flick you. Right in the place. So you will do this process when you're the client. And again, we've gone through active imagination. So pick a number, yell it out.
7.
Pick a colour.
Yellow.
Pick a town.
Birmingham.
Good. Birmingham. Excellent. So here you just want to pick the things that come to your mind. The process will take care of itself. You went back, you did the journey on the timeline yesterday, correct? Whatever you imagined was real for you, wasn't it? I don't know what's going on in your mind, but if you saw it, it's in your mind. Just deal with that stuff. So we will discover the root cause. Now, this section is done before the client is above the timeline. It increases unconscious trust and rapport. It also increases cooperation. So we have people who have already done this process in our last event, and they're training to be coaches. So coaches, you're going to be working with our clients, and you're going to take them through. You won't get the full training. You're just getting the amount that you need to succeed. Does that make sense? Yep. All the other understanding, coaches, if you want to become coaches in the future, we'll give you why it works and all the rest of it. But today, we're just going to use enough to get through. So note, the section is done before the client is above the timeline. It increases unconscious trust and cooperation. Number one, we will ask, is it all right for your unconscious mind for you to release this emotion today and for you to be aware of it consciously? And this is where the client says, yes. Number two, find the first event. What is the root cause of this problem? The first event, which when disconnected, will cause the problem to disappear. If you were to know, was it before, during, or after your birth? People say, what if I don't know? Well, if you say, I don't know, you're not following the instructions. It's the game. Let's play. Before. Okay, let's go with that. Before. If they say before, you will say, was it in the womb or before? If they say it was in the womb, you will ask, what month? If they say before, you will ask, was it past life or passed down to you genealogically? If they say past life, you'll ask, how many lifetimes ago? If it's genealogical, you will ask, how many generations ago? Just trust the unconscious mind. Just bang, 2. Let's go with that. If they say after, you will say, if you were to know, what age were you? We want to focus on the root cause. You might have a major event at age 21. Do you think your first experience of anger was at age 21? No. You've been kids. You've got children. You see them upset. First time your children were angry? What age?
Well, about 1.
1?
Yeah.
First time we've had sadness? The moment we're ripped outside of our mother? First time of fear, what was Luke's?
During birth.
Yeah. So we always have our first events here. There will be major ones. We want to go back to the first one. Because once we deal with the start of the gestalt, the chain of it, the first chain, it disappears. Does anybody have a pearl necklace on today? Do they? Imagine a pearl necklace. A string of pearls from top to bottom. If I was going to work on the symptomology, I'd be cutting these off one by one, one by one, one by one, wouldn't I? Take a long time. But what if I just chopped out that chain of pearls from the top? What would happen? Pring! They all disappear. And that's how simple your mind is. Excellent. Notes down the bottom. If the client says, I don't know what the root cause is, then you will respond, I know you don't know, but if you did, take whatever comes up. Trust your unconscious mind. 2, if a client says both genealogical and past life, work with the earlier one first, then the latter. So if they say both, genealogical and past life, you'll say which one was before. They'll say past life or genealogical. Just use the one that's furthest back. Number 3, ratify the change. Verify conscious acknowledgement of shift. They say shift happens. When a major physiological shift occurs in the client, be sure to mentor it. That was a big one, wasn't it? Vicky?
Yep.
That self-talk when it stopped, that was a big one, wasn't it? It was. So you've got to remind your client. That strategy yesterday, that was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it was so simple, sometimes we have to help them acknowledge it, like, you know what? That was. Number 4, when you are eliciting the root cause of a limiting decision, which we'll do later today, note if the client is at cause. If not, then ask for the limiting decision that caused the limiting decision in question. We'll come back to that a little bit later on.